Hello, welcome to Trisha Hirschberger's Naked Truth on Moving to LA, Part 2. My name is Pat Weston, and the first time I watched Naked Truth was actually the Moving to LA Part 1, and this was my pre-move, and now it's my post-move. I'm here. I've been here for a while now. I can't, there we go. I was trying to sit up straight, but I sat on my testicles. And so before I moved out here, when I was debating whether or not to move to LA, I sort of thought, okay, you can either finish school, or you can commit to something and just and do something sort of drastic. And I went with the drastic option because you only live once. I won't say the acronym for that because I hate it. It's YOLO. I said it. But really though, it's like one of those, if I didn't do it, I know years from now I'd sit there going, I wonder what would happen if I moved to LA. And if I feel like a failure here, and if I don't like it, I was always like, I can go home and I can finish school. It's an option. It is an option for me, and I'm very thankful for that, for having that option. But I decided I'm going to commit and I'm going to go to LA. And the reason I committed and I decided 100% that I'm doing this was because of two people. One was pre-move and one was post-move. The pre-move was Elliot Morgan, and I don't know him personally. When I say he convinced me to move out here, I'm not saying like he was like, yo, Pat, you got to make it out here, bro. We don't know each other. Like, I met him once a couple months ago at one of his shows, which was a great show. So Elliot, if you see this, good job, buddy. You're great. You really are. You're wonderful. I sent him a message, sort of just like a whatever message on Facebook, which is a weird place to send a message, I suppose, asking him what he thinks about if moving away is necessary. Essentially, that was my message. In a nutshell, that was essentially my message. Is moving away necessary? And his thing was, and section was verbatim, don't listen to the naysayers. You need to be in a place like LA or New York. And then he continued on saying, giving me the reason to was because you're going to be surrounded by like-minded people. The industry is around here. And when I say like-minded people, I don't mean like just any creative people, because no matter where you go, especially in the States, you're going to find people who are passionate about music or art or acting or writing. You're going to find those people, and they're wonderful and they're great. But there's a different attitude about LA. And I know a lot, and it's not that, and honestly, and there's a lot of those fake people here in LA. Like the bad things you hear about Los Angeles, yeah, that's obviously here, and it's here in bulk, but nobody ever mentions the really, really good parts about LA, and it's the genuine people that I've met so far. There's a couple people you can tell who are just kind of out there for themselves, and that's fine. That they're kind of like using certain things as stepping stones in order to get better, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But there's a bug in my cup. Oh man, damn it! There's a bug in my cup. Ugh, it probably smells the OJ. It's like, ooh, sweet, ew. But anyway, there's a lot of just genuine people out here, and that leads me to the second person, which was post move. And Trisha, it is you, lady friend. And the reason for that was because when I told Trisha that I was moving to LA, she was like, oh, excited for me or whatever, because I've been doing Naked Truth. I did Naked Truths for like 3 or 4 weeks prior to my move, and I mentioned that I was moving out here, and she sent me a message being like, hey, because she comments on the thing down below, and she goes, oh, let me know when you get out here. And I was like, oh, cool, I'll let her know, and she'll probably just send me like a welcome to LA message. And I was like, cool, that's nice. And then when I got out here, she goes, hey, welcome to LA, let's go grab coffee sometime. And at first I was like, well, what? And I was like, sure, okay, because I was like, you don't really know me and I don't really know you. That's a weird thing to ask. But then I was just like, wait a minute, there are genuinely trustworthy people out here, and Trisha is one of them. Don't second guess it and go get coffee. And so, I mean, obviously I was a little nervous because at first I was thinking like, well, this is Trisha Hirschberger. This is like, you know, YouTube sensation. But really like a funny, smart person that I've been watching on YouTube for the past year and a half. That's a creepy thing to say. I've been watching her for a long time now, and I had my chance. I'm good at playing a crazy guy. But really though, I was like a little nervous. And then as I was sitting outside waiting for her to pop up, and then as I saw her walking, I was just like, Trisha. And I was like, and it just like that whole fear went away because she was just so happy and excited for me. And then I realized it was just like, no matter, you know, what kind of like who is viewing you, how many fans you have, how many Twitter followers you have, whatever that means. People are still going to be genuine. And Trisha is one of those people who is just so accepting and understanding about my position, about where I was and how scared I was. And I didn't know anybody, and I didn't know a single friggin' person moving out here, not one. So, and I can genuinely say now that like I consider Trisha, I consider you a good friend, because you not only welcomed me out here, which means a lot to me, but because like we actually have a pretty good conversation when we have our, like, what is it, monthly coffees, bi-monthly coffee, not like twice a month, but like every other, I don't know, whatever, regardless. It's like, I have a great time talking to you. And even though now I've made tons and tons of great friends, with Second City Hollywood and miscellaneous people that I've just met along the way, like, you will always be one of the most important friends I've ever made out here. And in general, just because of how welcoming you were. And I cannot thank you enough. It's invaluable to me, the amount of just, of sincerity that you had towards me moving out here. It wasn't, you weren't saying, oh, just come on out here just because like it's LA. You said like, come out here because you can fit in here. You'll fit in here. And she's absolutely right. I fit in here pretty well. And like I said, I can't ever thank her enough. I cannot thank you enough. It's I don't know who to address. Sometimes I'm like, am I talking to the audience or am I talking to Trisha? Both. But really, I can't thank you enough, and it's invaluable to me. And I hope we end up being lifelong friends. And one day, 10 years down the road, when I'm a superstar, I'll always tell this story the exact same way about how a girl who had no reason to trust me or to try to be my friend reached out and said, we're going to be friends now. And I was just like, we're going to be friends now. Okay, this is good. And thank you so much for that. So don't worry, I'll still be making Naked Truth. This sounds like the last video I ever make for Naked Truth. It's like, thanks guys. It's been a fun ride. No, I'm going to keep making them. They're fun to make. They are. They're fun. Even though this is like my 12th take, I've been trying to do this since 11, 15. I've been going back and forth. Some of them are pretty good. Some of them are pretty bad. This one's my best yet, though, so I'm probably going to use this one. There's a super meta. So yeah, my advice to anybody who's moving to a new place is get involved in something. Like Trisha said, like she joined a theater group. I joined Second City Hollywood, and Second City, if you don't know, is an improv group. They're huge in Toronto and Chicago. But now they're pretty big in Hollywood, if you ask me. So yeah, join a group kind of like that, or just, you'll figure it out. Just go places. Don't sit inside. Like I spend way too much time in this small room that I live in. I do. And I need to get out more. And I know that. But you got to sometimes remind yourself where you are. And that's my biggest thing is sometimes I forget, oh yeah, you're in Los Angeles. You're in that place that people sing about, that place that people write movies about. And you need to realize that. And that was always sort of that's something that I still need to, it's sunk in where I am. And like, I'm over the initial shock of, oh, I'm here. But like, I forget where I am. And then I go outside and I see the palm trees, or I go outside and I see the Hollywood sign, or just like the names of stuff. Like in Tom Petty's Free Falling, he talks about Ventura Boulevard. I drive on that street like a couple times a week. It's like, it's kind of bizarre. And Mulholland and Santa Monica and Hollywood. And it's like, it's surreal in a way. And by the way, anybody who bashes LA and say it's all fake people, there's a lot of that in bulk. And I don't know if I said this earlier in the video, there's a lot of fake people out here, but there's a lot of just sincere people out here. And I'm one of those sincere people, and Trisha is one of those sincere people. Like, there are plenty of us out there. Even super duper famous people are just genuinely good people. So, even though there are those fake people out there, the last thing you should ever assume about Los Angeles is that is what it is. It's plastic. It's not. I mean, the palm trees are a little artificial. They didn't belong here. Now they do, I guess, but that's fine. So thank you for watching very much, and I'm about to do a little plug now, so you can, if you don't want to hear my little plug, you can stop watching right now, but if you do, go ahead. If you're in LA on December 12th, which is a month from now, I will be performing a show. I'm doing my first big show in LA. It's going to be at the Republic of Pie, and I say big because I'm doing an hour-long set, which is really exciting, and get to play the music that I worked really hard on, and a couple covers too here and there. But I'm really excited. So 6 o'clock, December 12th at the Republic of Pie in North Hollywood. If you can make it, I would love it if you could, because this is me in my element. This is what I came out here to do. And I'm excited. I'm super excited. A little nervous. Working on my set lists right now, actually, and just practicing and all that. And I really hope you guys can make it out if you're out in LA. If not, I get it. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Pat Weston. Thank you, Trisha, for starting this wonderful series. And like I said, I will keep doing them, and we'll keep dragging people into the Naked Army. It keeps growing every week. You don't have to be a submitter to be part of the Naked Army. You just have to be a viewer. That's all you got to be. We accept everybody, as long as you're naked.